It's the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Monday, the 1st of December. I'm James Spann. A cold front getting very close to the leading edge of brutally cold air over much of the country. The question is, how far south will it go? The answer, probably not very far, but let's go in there and talk about it. Could see a big thermal contrast later today. This is the water vapor satellite view, and clearly, this look here doesn't suggest a big Arctic outbreak for Alabama. The flow is light and more zonal. The stronger westerly winds aloft are well to the north of the state. The surface front is approaching Memphis early this morning around daybreak, and that's a cold 1,042 millibar high back in the cold air over the Dakotas. Temperatures are relatively comfortable this morning. It's 55 in Birmingham at daybreak. Montgomery colder at 48, and Memphis is sitting at 61. But just north of Memphis, there's a very sharp gradient over Arkansas, and you can clearly see the very cold air settling in up north with temperatures almost to 20 below zero near the Canadian border. We've got freezing rain advisories and winter weather advisories back in the cold air from extreme northern Arkansas up into parts of Missouri and southern Illinois. And down here, there's a dense fog advisory for areas basically south of a line from Tuscaloosa to Pelham and Alexander City and Eufaula. Those counties in the darker gray. That should burn off by mid-morning. Rain this week, probably not much. This is the rain through Saturday morning at 6 o'clock, and the bigger numbers are over Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky. In Alabama, the higher numbers are near Florence and the Shoals. And you can see south of Birmingham, basically nothing. Should be a dry week. There's a lot of things to talk about. Let's get in there and do it. This is the GFS, the OZ run, valid today at noon. And this is at 500 millibars, about 18,000 feet off the ground. And that's not a cold look there. You got this zonal flow. Heights are actually above average here. The 582 line is almost to Birmingham, and that clearly suggests our cold front's going to have a really hard time pushing south, almost like summer. This is at noon today, and the front is approaching Muscle Shoals, and you can see potential for some light rain maybe over extreme North Alabama at that point. This was the radar early this morning, by the way. This was 512, and you can see rain showers near Memphis with that front. So we will mention potential for a little bit of light rain today or a few showers, mainly north of Birmingham this afternoon and tonight. And there could be a big thermal contrast. This is the NAM this evening at 6 o'clock, and you can see it's got the front right over the northwestern corner of the state. Huntsville is at 62, Muscle Shoals at 52, and they could be in the 40s. I could easily see a situation where Waterloo up there in the far northwestern corner of the state is like 41 or 42, and then you go to Huntsville, and they're at like 65. So it's going to be a big challenge for forecasting temperatures across the Tennessee Valley today. But down here, we're mild. There's no worries. In Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Anniston, Gadsden, we'll be well up in the 60s. Could be flirting with 70. Again, this is at 6 o'clock, more than an hour after the sun goes down. We might see a high close to 70 today. But look at the HER model. This is a very good high-resolution model, and it's saying, hold on here. That cold air is not even going to reach Muscle Shoals. It's got Muscle Shoals at 63. So if you live in Florence or Tuscumbia or Sheffield or Muscle Shoals, late this afternoon, you might be in the 40s or you might be in the 60s. It is a very close call, and it could literally be one part of town is in the 60s and one part of town is in the 40s. All right, this is tomorrow. The front just fizzles out, retreats north. And again, could there be a shower somewhere? Yes. But rain will be very light and very spotty and mainly north of Birmingham if we see any rain, and very mild. The high very close to 70. In fact, the GFS is printing a high of 72 tomorrow. Wednesday looks like a dry day. And again, we're not going to have a real bright sunny day because moisture is going to be trapped down here, but there's nothing to lift it. So kind of cloudy periods. And again, the high may be around 70. Same thing on Thursday. Very mild. The high close to 70. Maybe a mix of sun and clouds. All right, this is Friday. And again, we're mild. The one thing we'll kind of note is maybe a wedge setting up west of the state. I don't think that'll affect us, though, based on this. And again, this is suggesting maybe a few showers north of Birmingham Friday afternoon. This is a week where I know we got some big football games Friday night, the state championship games. They're being played in Auburn this year. That the farther south you go, the better in terms of getting out of this rain opportunity here. I'd say just a small chance of a shower down there. But again, mild with the highs in the 60s. And again, maybe a shower Friday afternoon, Friday night, especially from Birmingham north. What about the weekend, you ask? Well, this is Saturday. And again, evidence of a little rain mainly north of the state. And it's the same deal, cloudy periods, highs in the 60s. Chance of rain relatively small, but not zero. And the same thing on Sunday. The weather's just not changing a lot this week. We stay mild. It will be cloudy at times, and there could be a few showers along the way, especially north of Birmingham, but just not a whole lot of rain. And a week from today, that certainly doesn't look cold. Heights going way above average up over the northern states, and for us, it's the same deal. A chance of rain mainly north. Highs stay in the 60s. Let's go out there a little later in December. This is Saturday the 13th, and all of a sudden we have this big trough showing up west of the state. And if this is right, that would be a severe weather look on Saturday, December 13th. And understand, come on now, this is pure voodoo here. This probably will be gone on the next run. But just something to watch. This is the fall tornado season. It is not unusual to have severe weather in November and December. We expect it at times. But that's just one operational run. And then this is the 16th of December. That is lifted out, and we're a little cooler, but still no sign of any really cold air. In fact, let me just show you the temperatures coming off the ensemble all the way through really, mid-month. Temperatures above average for the most part, although they'll be a little cooler from December 10th through the 16th. But this week looking very mild. In terms of teleconnections, this is the Arctic oscillation, and you can see it goes negative at times. And again, from occasionally cold air is being flushed out of the Arctic region, and we've clearly got it now, but it's just not going to reach us because the NAO is positive, the North Atlantic oscillation. So at the moment, no sign of any really super-duper cold air for us, at least for the next 15 days. But the season is very young. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes in the blog. Next video here by 4 o'clock today. If you can catch us this evening on the live stream of the television site, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10. Thanks for watching. Have a great Monday, and God bless.